So here we are on the front steps, or the walkway leading to the front steps of the main house here at Neverland. And so let me walk a little bit and tell you a little bit more. Friends of Michael Jackson's have told me in the last 24 hours that when they would come here, when Michael Jackson was here, there was music in the air, and they meant that literally. There were speakers everywhere in the trees, and so as you walked around here, you'd hear Disney music or Michael Jackson music or some other kind of music everywhere you went as you strolled through the grounds. Now, let me take you inside. As we enter the main foyer here in the main house at Neverland, this was a room where Michael Jackson would greet his closest friends, and it was a room filled with artwork. These walls had huge paintings on them, some depicting Michael Jackson in whimsical or magical situations. He also loved all kinds of art. There were statues everywhere. One of the statues that I was told was located right here was of a butler with a tray with cookies on it, so he would welcome people in that way. At the other end of the foyer down here, there was a huge clock, a two-sided marble clock that was so heavy that workers had to come here to Neverland Rinch and actually reinforce the floor here so that that clock would not fall through to the basement below. Now, from the foyer, we can take a couple of steps down into the main living room. This was filled with couches and chairs and rugs, and in this corner here there was a grand piano. On the top of the grand piano there were dozens of photographs, framed photographs of Michael and his family members and his friends, and they would just line the entire top of the piano. Across the room over here, this was interesting, next to the fireplace that he loved to use when he was entertaining guests, there was a pedestal here. On top of the pedestal was an Academy Award statue, an Oscar from 1939's Best Picture for Gone with the Wind. About 10 years ago, Michael paid $1.5 million for that Academy Award, and he put it on a rotating pedestal so his guests could admire it. Again, this was the living room, and it leads us into the kitchen, which is a huge kitchen. This is the size of Meredith's kitchen, but this is an eat-in kitchen. He had a round table over there by the window. He would eat breakfast and lunch over there. And then this is the main preparation kitchen area. Of course, he had a lot of people working for him, people who cooked for him. They all wear uniforms. And if you look at the floors, they're beautiful in here. These were actually taken from an 18th century French chateau. It was dismantled in France, and then the pieces of it were shipped here to the United States, and craftsmen meticulously put it back together. As a matter of fact, some of those craftsmen occupied many of the rooms, the hotel rooms, in this area for a couple of years while this place was being built. When we come back, I'm going to take you into Michael Jackson's private bedroom, and I'm going to show you what we found, a secret room that is a part of that bedroom. And let's continue our tour inside this beautiful home. We've already seen parts of the kitchen, and I'd like to take you into the other actual wing of the house right now. And to do that, we're going to go up some stairs right now and then go through the dining room, and then eventually we'll end up in Michael Jackson's private bedroom. Now, Michael Jackson did entertain his close friends here, people like Corey Feldman and Macaulay Culkin. Marlon Brando was here. Elizabeth Taylor and Larry Fortensky actually got married here in 1991. This was the formal dining room. We understand they didn't use it all that much for meals. Michael used it more as a conference room. But it is located just off the foyer that I showed you a little while ago. And if we cross over the main foyer again that was filled with artwork, and just if you're tuning in for the first time, the contents of the house were taken out of here for an auction that was planned in March of this year, an auction that never happened, and much of the contents on the way back here right now. But now I'm entering really the private area of this home and stepping into Michael Jackson's private master bedroom suite. I just want to show you on the wall a security code panel so that Michael could push this to enter this area, or anyone else who would have access to this area would push this. Michael could find out who was coming to see him. He had one of those security peepholes in the door so he could tell who was knocking or who was delivering something. You step down. Michael Jackson had a two-story bedroom. This is the main floor of it. This was the sitting area. It had couches and chairs in here, a beautiful tile fireplace that he loved to use. Again, you don't see anything on the wall here, but you can tell by the wiring on the floor here, this was the media wall here. There was a huge flat-screen TV here and a stereo system. Obviously, a place that was filled with music whenever Michael was here. Let's go into the bathroom, and it's a big, big master bathroom. Picture it with the mirrors and the towels. They're all gone now, but over in this corner there's a beautiful bathtub, a jacuzzi bathtub that overlooked a walled-in patio area here that had a couple of fountains and pools out here. The king of pop needed a lot of clothes, and boy did he have a closet. This is a full cedar closet. All of his clothes would have been hanging here, the folded items on these shelves, and I want to show you something that is really somewhat special and interesting. If you look at these cabinets up here and then you open this cabinet here, you see another security panel, code panel here. If you push the right code on that panel, it unlocks. Now keep in mind, there would be clothing hanging here, so this would be covered. Triple locks on this wall here, and it reveals a secret section of this closet. I'm not sure what he kept in there, but clearly he didn't want many people to know that it existed. I'm going to come back out of the cedar closet here for a second and take you into the other areas of the bedroom, again walking through the bathroom. I mentioned that Michael Jackson had a 2-story bedroom, so let me move around here. It's a little tough to navigate with all our cameras and everything. This area over here, there was another bathroom, full bath in this section, another full cedar closet over here, and then we go up the stairs into where Michael Jackson slept. This was the sleeping loft over here. The bed was against this wall. It was a huge bed, and from what I understand from a friend of his who was here with me yesterday, the bedspread in this room was full sequins, just like many of the outfits that he wore in concert. And of course, this was an area that was gone over by investigators, investigating that allegation of sexual misconduct that resulted in a trial back in 2005. And it was after that trial that Michael Jackson never returned to Neverland.